That song was an award-winning song anyway, without what it meant to me. For y'all and for the rest of the world, that song was an incredible song, just songwriting, all that. Anyway, I don't care what none of y'all say. That record was talking to me because that's what happened when I was rude to him. And then he took his style and his ability, how he write, and his mind, and he turned it into that. That's what was driving me crazy.
You know, I have to admit, I was a little bit nervous about doing this interview.
Relax, guy. I like gay men, you know.
That's great, but I'm not gay.
I don't believe that.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not. What, do you find me attractive or something?
Maybe I do.
So the guy leans in with the tattoo and he's whispering in M's ear. He said, "Hey, dude, I want to snake bite you." M says, "The fuck is that?" He said, "Dude, I want to suck your dick." He said, "Get this motherfucker out of here."
So rare that the public gets to see Eminem nowadays. What's going on?
Why is it like that? I actually need him to make my music, so he'd be busy.
Yeah, I'm actually like
exactly what was told to me is what just took place there. I heard that Eminem was struggling through his interview. I think it's due to Proof just passing and Eminem fell into a dark place and it was hard for him to even speak in this interview, and 50 held it down. You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons why Eminem and 50 are the best of friends.
A lot of the same shit was going on in neighborhoods that I lived in.
He was a white kid out of Detroit who had gone through hard times himself. He was able to reflect white America in ways that even black artists couldn't.
Eminem calls you out, you don't get back at him because of the machine that would have applied pressure to your career.
I said little underground things, said little things on little songs here and there.
Yeah, but that's not what that's not what a guy like
that's
not
destroy him.
Yeah, it's way
No, he was going to with the whole stand
I
marketing.
tried, and they kiboshed that, right? And funny enough, for all the real like YouTube investigators out there, you want to do YouTube forensics, at that time, when that record, when all this was going on, a movie came out when we was waiting for the money because we didn't get a dime. You know what I'm saying? Like Selecto didn't send a dime. And so that was dead. I was in London. I had to do shows to get everything back up to at least be able to, you know what I mean? Like keep my flat out there. There was a movie that came out at the time called Changing Lanes.
Yeah.
With Samuel L. Jackson and Ben. That's what I was going through.
Ben Affleck.
That's what I was going through. Slide my card. You know, if you remember the movie, for all the YouTube investigators, like, and I was just like, I was smoking a lot of turtle. Yo, listen to me, man. I was, you know, that English turtle when you mix it with the tobacco. Listen to me, man.
Right.
I was going through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, that just don't make no sense. Let me just go back to doing what I do. Basically, I looked at it as a situation where, you know, that stallion's left the barn. You know, that thoroughbred's gone, right? There's no way.
What the fuck is Changing Lanes about? A rush hour fender bender on New York City's crowded FDR Drive under most circumstances wouldn't set off a chain reaction that could decimate two people's lives, but on this day at this time, a minor collision will turn two complete strangers into vicious adversaries. So it sounded like what? Eminem was canceling his ass? He just had all the juice?
And also, too, I'm going to eat this, man. When I met him for the first time, it was at my video shoot for I Honor You, right? Clef told me he was coming. I had heard of him, you know, I heard a lot about him. Knew he rocked with the Outsiders and stuff. I knew he got busy. I had no problem with meeting him. At that time, there was a newborn on the set. The label was spanking us 2 weeks before that to say, this newborn, there's a newborn in the video for I Honor You. So when that newborn gets here, they're charging us $400 over SAG every minute for the baby being there. So they spanked everybody prior to all that. When Eminem came out the you know what I'm saying, out the bench truck, the ladder wagon, he was with Jimmy Iovine. When he came out the ladder wagon, Newborn on set, y'all know what to do. So I was already under that pressure. I remember that part when that happened. I was like, wow, like this can kind of wait. But and M pushed up to like, yo, Canibus, I just want to work with you. I want to do something with you. I was told right before he got there, man, like not even 5 minutes before he got there, that he ghost wrote Ripper Strikes Back and all that. Back then, man, I was so, you know, I didn't know what was going on for real. I had to rely off of what I was being told, especially if it came from a source that I trusted or what I thought was reliable.
Well,
and so,
well, at the end of the day, were they reliable sources?
No, because he didn't write it, and I was told that, and so my conversation with him was like, well, yo, why did you write that?
And what did he say?
Then he said he was embarrassed and said I didn't write it, and so forth and so on. But I had destroyed the opportunity of ever really working with him again because he really was genuine about how he felt was going on. But at the time, you know, we all go through that when we get in them areas where it's like you feel like everybody out to get you when you're dealing with a titan. And now you don't know who's what's what. And this is still a get busy profession at the time. We all rap, get on each other's track and tear each other.
You know what's crazy though, that it took this amount of time, this opportunity to let that information go, because he just said just now, you know what, I'm about to eat this now. I'm gonna let y'all know, bro. It's been how long? 20 years? You know what I'm saying? Like this shit could have got squashed easily back then. And you would have had the opportunity to fucking blow your career up much larger than it had gotten, even though Canibus he was swinging, you know what I'm saying, for a short amount of time, but he was swinging when he was swinging. But it could have been extended that much more if you had, I don't know, grew up for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Well, I get here, young buck and motherfuckers saying this shit, and I get it. It's like, regardless of how that situation went down, there was ample amounts of opportunity to squash it. But they allowed it to fester, you know what I'm saying? And I wonder how long it took him to figure out that Eminem didn't really write the shit that he was all juiced up about. But damn, it's 2023, bro. Put that in perspective. It's 2023, and this beef that y'all had was a bunch of bullshit. It did not come from a real place. But oftentimes that's the case, right? It's all he say, she say. You know what I'm saying? I got too much pride and ego to come reach out to you, and vice versa. Let this shit fester. You know, and it gave motherfuckers some entertaining content to absorb, to receive, man. But it just sucks for Canibus at the end of the day, because he the one looking crazy. Eminem, you gave him, you know what I'm saying, some sights to put on your ass to eat you alive undeservingly, because it all came from nowhere, bro. Y'all made this shit up.
Neck bone off, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't something where like we doing R&B. Oh, we're gonna make love to these girls. All right, man, you sing that part, I sing this part. Right. We talk about killing each other. We talk about doing all kinds, right? So it was not knowing that wasn't true. In my mind, I was like, why would you do that? Why would you come here and want to work so bad with me? And then you ghost wrote that. I didn't know. And so that destroyed everything, right? At least that. So, you know, yeah, man. And I wisened up, man. I wisened up. I knew that there were things where it was like, he get busy. You know, at that time, I was in that lane getting busy on the mic. But, you know, he also had like just this thing where the stuff that he was talking about, you know, everybody wanted to hear that. They wanted to hear what he said, how he said it. There's a rhyme in there where he said square dance. He said 2 trailer park girls run around the outside. But that was from the rhyme that I had said from Box Cutter Blade Runner. So he was doing things like that, saying things in the rhyme where it was driving me crazy. I'm just keeping it all the way above. It was driving me nuts. You know what I'm saying? I was in Amsterdam in a red light district, right? And I remember going to, red light district, right? And, I used to go to the mix block. I go to the block where all the mixes ups are. You know, give me the mutts, right? And Shorty had the ponytails and all that. And she was in the room. She put grass in there, fake grass and stuff, right? And had on a tennis skirt and pigtails and all that. And I was standing there looking through the window, and she ran over to the radio and she doom, 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 doom. And then she started taking stuff off the disc because she's trying to get me to put money on the window to say, hey, let's, you know what I'm saying? So as I'm listening to the music, and then I hear his voice come on, right? M's voice come on, and he's talking, man, it's your biggest man. And I feel like he's talking to me. Because
he was living rent free in that head, boy.
Think about it though, right?
Oh, you got a naked bitch.
Oh,
Right
bro, it's crazy that he just willing to.
Hey,
He's so open and willing to let everybody know he over there, goddamn tricking and shit. You know what I mean? That's it ain't tricking if you got it, dog. But that's cool that he fucking said that. Eminem living rent free in the motherfucker in that head, ain't it? That's what he said. Did Eminem mentally torture Canibus? You can't even get your dick hard because Eminem is in your brain.
Listening to the lyrics.
That's the first time the song came out.
This is the first time you heard it.
First time.
Got you.
I mean, right?
He said that was the first time the song came out.
Yeah, but you was focused on the wrong thing.
But you were such so into your craft.
So if you were me, you would have walked in, you would have gave it a break, you would have went in there while his voice was playing it. While he's talking.
That's a pussy. Okay.
I hear you. All right.
What the fuck this nigga talk about, man? All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yo.
Maybe I should have did that.
Yo, throw my shit. Throw my shit.
Ma, I'll give you another $5 if you change the song. Boom,
Right.
done,
Listen,
finish.
that song was an award-winning song anyway, without what it meant to me. For y'all and for the rest of the world, that song was an incredible song. Just songwriting, all that. Anyway, I don't care what none of y'all say. That record was talking to me because that's what happened when I was rude to him. And then he took his style and his ability, how he write, and his mind, and he turned it into that. That's what was driving me crazy. And you'll never be able to be in denial about it because I lived it.
Is it because no one else understood that it was about you? Is that what drove you so
it's
crazy?
because he felt like in that moment, he created a monster. And this monster
Was that it?
was now getting the attention
And it was my fault.
that he was getting.
But it was my fault. It was my
And it
fault.
was his fault.
It was my fault. But at the time, I wasn't looking at it like it was my fault. I was looking at it like, yo, my label need to do more with me. Or the folks that I'm working with need to do more to push my shit.
Right.
I didn't understand that there's an institution involved in, you know what I'm saying, that whole craze, it was a tsunami.
Right.
And that Stan record, I don't care what you're talking about. I brought him back to life. And that was my way of writing back to say, hey, look, I
just put that together. You're talking about Stan. I thought I heard him say Square Dance, but he's saying that Canibus is saying that he inspired Eminem to write the Stan record. Is that what I'm hearing? Because that don't make no sense to me at all. I don't know if I heard that right. Y'all got to correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think he's referring to the Stan record. But I don't understand what they got to do with Canibus at all.
They're writing back to say, hey, look, I said whoop whoop to you. I shouldn't have did that. But you know what? I brought Stan back to life. Come on tour with me. That was my way of saying like, yo, listen, it ain't over. Don't kill Stan off. And whoever was listening, they was mad that I was trying to bring it back to life.
Right.
And I was trying to clean it up.
You feel me? It was mad.
I was trying to clean it up.
It was mad. You took too long to respond to that.
There was a lot going on underneath all that. I feel you, because I knew what was going on the block.
Right.
I knew, but at the same time, I wasn't thinking about what was going on the block, because I always knew that I had those rhymes. I was stuck because I couldn't make a radio record to contend with that.
And that's where the A&R's discussion
It drove me
comes
crazy.
in.
Yeah,
You ever spoke-
facts.
you ever-
Fendi facts.
Wait, hold on.
I was young though.
You ever
Yeah,
see
yeah.
M after that? You ever spoke to M after that?
Never,
All that?
man, never. It was that's what he. Yo, listen, a lot of artists won't say it. I'll say it.
He's watching right now.
He
He's
didn't
gonna be
mean it.
watching.
He didn't know.
It was a lot going on. He didn't mean it. Let you know.
Hey, thank you.
Right.
Thank you, because a lot of people throw gas on it.
Yeah.
And the truth about it is that, I tried to clean it up in different ways, but it almost seemed like the public liked me better as an angry artist, or like me saying angry things. So the truth about it is, I really just needed a hug, man.
We'll give you one now, brother.
Fucking therapy session, bruh. Therapy session, dog. This motherfucker making up ghosts in his head to the point where he manifested this Eminem killer in his mind that's been rocking with him, been sitting on his ass for 20 some odd years, dog. Bruh, he been living in that goddamn Eminem ghost forever, dog. All you needed is a hug, bruh. That's crazy, dog. That's I commend him for letting everybody know, man. It's just 2 decades too late, man. But damn. Anyway, that was dope. Good shit.